How will robots be part of our lives? Boston has over 150 robotic companies spanning over 11 markets, according to the Massachusetts Technology Leadership Council. So someone must know how to answer this question. From universities and clubs to companies and startups, researchers have found and are still looking for ways robots can assist people in an efficient but natural manner through their function and communication. Researchers like Jinju Lee and MIT's Personal Robots Group calls this social robotics.
I would define social robots as robots that, through their social interaction with you, are able to help you to achieve some kind of positive outcome.
At the Tufts Human Robot Interaction Lab, Dr. Matthias Schweitz and his team look beyond the human body's limitations to enhance their robot's functions. He says our work is mostly focused on task-based interactions. Through his work so far, he realized that an important research question to ask is, why not build robots that have the most appropriate form for the task? While Schweitz focuses on efficient functions, Lee studies nonverbal communication in order to program the same cues we use every day into her creations. She says the study will help to make robots use human conventions in order to convey their own understanding.
So one of the things that robots do, or at least they try to do so it could have more natural types of communication, is through what we call goal-oriented gestures, or gestures that give you an ability to understand its intentions.
I was born and built at the MIT Media Lab 2 years ago. So I guess in human years, I'm pretty young.
You know, if a robot tries to pick up the cup, like this might be the easiest way in terms of mechanics, but what people do is they come like this, right? So right now robots do this, which is like easiest solution, always repeatable, could do this, right? But what people feel more comfortable a robot doing is something a little more familiar to them, something what they would see as natural.
Why go through all this trouble to make a robot act natural? Designers say it's to build trust. Engineers want to build a machine that people can trust, whether or not it looks human. Schweitz emphasizes the need to recognize robots not as imitations of humans, but rather machines that indicate repeatedly and thoroughly and all the time that I am a machine.
I don't feel like chatting right now.
The work that I particularly do is more thinking about interpersonal trust. So it's more of like a social trust that happens, and how can the robots signal using nonverbal behaviors that that the robot is being honest or trustworthy. Imagine like the robot's coming like here, and you're wondering, I wonder if the robot's going for the eraser or for the cup, right? This has no communication intent. But if the robot came at this angle, you know what the robot's going to go for, right? So a lot of robot communication or transparency comes from trying to, express to you what its goals are.
Schweitz also believes a robot's transparency is part of a successful interaction. He says if you're interacting with them, you want to know why this robot has all of a sudden started to move. By focusing on a robot's honesty, researchers hope to create a more natural communication between man and machine. As a relatively young field, social robotics has a lot of potential to help people in ways we can't even imagine yet. Healthcare IT company Vecna's CTO, Daniel Theobald, wants to embrace these possibilities.
To put time and energy and effort and thought into trying to make technology and automation a good thing for the human race, rather than just sort of letting it happen and then being surprised when it causes turmoil.
So what could a human-robot relationship look like? Researchers say as this technology grows more sophisticated, the relationship will be nothing like we have experienced with other people nor pets.
We don't even know right now how robots could fill certain different parts in our lives and how they could be really maximally helpful. But I really feel like when they do come about, it's going to be like the smartphone or like your laptop. It's going to be an enabling technology that is going to make your life easier it's going to be something that we can't even imagine how we didn't have it.
But without artificial intelligence, they're limited to rigid, pre-programmed behaviors. Is artificial intelligence the solution to unleash their full potential? Up next, find out how researchers teach robots how to learn.